And here we are again. As you might have imagined, my long silence, where I wasn't making any videos, has left a hole in your hearts. And I understand this, which is why I'm back. And I'm doing something different on Eve nowadays. I started well, you might have remembered I went through that phase where I was trading slaves. Let's not mince words here. So I made a corporation dedicated to, you know, trading slaves. And I've been doing this since September. So coming up on 75 days. And things are looking up. Things are really going well. A lot better than I ever thought that they might. So I'm sticking with it. Now the unusual thing about this corporation, and the thing that I'm kind of disappointed with, is that I don't have any members. I don't really need members in this corporation. In fact, it's the kind of corporation where it's actually worse the more people that are in on it. So it's a unique thing that I'm doing, and because it's a corporation and it has this capacity for membership, I am attempting to recruit people in the recruitment channel, but it is slow going. And like I said, it's a corporation where extra people are not necessary, so I really don't need people in here, but I do spam that thing there because it would be cool to have some membership, some people to hang out with, and maybe share some help with. Maybe I should market it as like a newbie corporation or something where the slave trading is all a big joke as far as they know, but it's actually real. That might be where I take it in the future if I do start to feel some responsibility for it. But for right now, I'm having a great time just fucking with the market, and without going into too much detail, shaping the landscape like to what benefits me. So I'm currently in the amassing phase, and I've got some deliveries I need to pick up. I'm not going to go out of my way for a single freedom fighter or even 30 of them. But if there's like 100 on the way or something, I'll go pick them up. I'm just kind of looking at what's nearby. I think I'd better go just straight to one of the big ones and then see what's near that after I pick it up. So we're going to look through my list of deliveries and see it might be worth going for them. There's 273 on this moon station where Sukuvesta has a foundry. They make this really cool model of heron. Let's look at the Sukuvesta heron. Well, let's not do that. Let's just keep focused here. If I get, if I get off on too much of a tangent, it starts to get all fucked up. So now there was a big purchase I'm happy with. 1,300 slaves for very little money. But I don't need to pick them up. We'll leave them where they are, at least for now. Everything is always kind of fluid. I've always got stuff moving around where it needs to be, and it kind of just, I take it if I'm, if I'm on my way somewhere. Now Arnon, I'd like to get there too. That's a lot of jumps. But there's always something to do on the way. And then there's other stuff around it, so that's, I think, what's going to happen next. What is... I don't think there's really that much there at that one. Gekutami. Yeah, Gekutami. Where's that on here? It's way down here. Just for the freedom fighters? Nah, fuck that. Here's what we do. Okay. That's where I really want to be.
Set a waypoint to the same location twice.
Arnon. And then we're gonna get the extra product around Arnon, which is very close by. Okay. A lot of these are just 10 and 11 at a time. I don't even like to go for the 20s. I go for the big clusters though. Miraline. See right here, Passionai may try to get there next. So, just keep that minimized. We on dock. Here we go. Let's make sure, yeah, nothing's on board. So this is just picking up, and a lot of the time that's what this is all about. So we'll take a quick look at the market while we're warping out. Adjust our orders on the way out. Don't want to forget to do that. Okay, looking good there. Mark these homeless down. Always competing. Always staying at the top of the heap. There we go. You're probably wondering, you have a lot of questions about some of the things that I'm doing as I go through. And I don't know why you watch these videos. If you watch them to learn, you know, not everybody's going to be so eager to share with you their business, like secrets and whatever. And you might notice me making some moves that don't seem to jive with what you think this is supposed to look like. Because warping around in a crane, occasionally doing pickups and adjusting market orders doesn't seem all that, you know, it kind of seems like I'm just doing the bare minimum here. But I do everything for a reason. See how I'm cloaked up right now and I'm not even... You don't need to be, that's just, you have to always operate like you're in nullsec, because once you get to a certain level, it's like... You just don't take these chances. You're all the time cloaked. You can't be scanned by police while cloaked. So, as you're cruising from Stargate to Stargate like we are now, you cloak up immediately, just like when I'm out exploring nullsec in a buzzard. It's the exact same thing. You just cloak up immediately. There's no reason not to. Look here, look, gate camp. Okay, so here we go. This is why this thing wins, okay? It's a blockade runner. This is what this does. Here we go. I'm gonna cloak as soon as I issue the warp command. You see him fighting? Aggressing? Jump, cloak.
Warp drive active.
Another gate camp. Dodged. That is why you move slaves in this thing. It really sends my nerves. Puts me on edge, I guess. I don't know. That's rough. That's rough, I tell you. Oh boy, it was rough, I tell you. No, but it was. What am I talking about right now? You know, I'm reading texts. Alright, let me just relax. See, all I'm doing right now is cruising around.
Warp drive active.
Just jumped through one of the most gate-camped systems in all of New Eden. If not the most gate-camped. Like, I've only been through Tama a couple times where it wasn't gate-camped. Like, I can remember them. One was 2015. No gate camp. But I was just in a buzzard anyway, so I would have cleared it. Once you've cleared a nullsec gate camp, clearing high or low sec gate camps is nothing. Just boot, cloak. It's not so easy in low sec when they're deploying those mobile warp disruptor bubbles. Because then you can still cloak, right? But you're not warping out anymore. You've got to double click somewhere in dead space and go away from the enemy. Like down, south, and then activate your micro warp drive immediately. As soon as you issue the command to move, you cloak micro warp drive just away from wherever they might try to go to. They're going to move and try to decloak you. You've got to anticipate that movement. It's a whole science getting out of a nullsec gate camp. But right here, you just cloak up and you're gone. But that and customs are the reasons that only covert ops and blockade runners can move slaves. And back when they were illegal drugs, you would move drugs in these. These are perfect for drugs. It holds a lot,
Warp drive active.
so that you're gonna make a big ass fucking profit when you get there. But it's also, it can't be scanned by customs because you immediately cloak when you move. See, I'm not sure, but I think I'm in illegal space right now where they're contraband. So cloaking and moving is just a matter of course. You only stay cloaked here. Like, HighSec is really worse than NullSec when it comes to law and
Warp drive
crime.
active.
Like, this is NullSec when you're a slave trader. They'll scan your cargo. They'll fine you. They'll demand you hand over your contraband. They'll threaten to kill you. And even if they do scan you in this ship, you're gone. There's no handing over contraband or any of that. They might mail you a fine. You might take a little bit of a standings hit,
Warp drive active.
but it's nothing compared to what would happen if you got caught out there with a badger or something. So we're on our way to make our first pickup in Arnon, the Pekanuet constellation. Show that on the map. I still use the old map because the new map, as beautiful as it looks, is functionally not up to snuff. And I know they're going to cut this map out one day, and we can't have it anymore. Look at the labels. Okay. Yeah, Cinque is on. Okay, here we go. One more jump and we dock.
Warp drive
It's always good to take a
active.
look at the market as you move around to make sure that you're still the dominant force in the market.
Warp drive active.
It's a shame you have to stay cloaked because it's such a beautiful ship. It's fun to look at.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So here we are. We'll do our pickup. 40 of them. And we'll take a quick look at the, whoops, open recruitment. Now what's nearby? 20, 5 jumps, 14. There we go, 46 jumps. We'll go there next. And see, this is because I let my money buy for me. I just go out. I do my own thing, and I wait for this money to add up. I wait for the numbers to add up, and then I can go get them. And I'm getting them very cheap. But the important thing is that I'm getting these from all over New Eden. Damn, look at that one. I'll be damned. Okay, I think that's enough jumps for now. Even after I optimize it, it's gonna be a ton of jumps. Ooh, 21. Those are money jumps. Here we go. Let's make sure we got them again. Yeah. Undocking. It'll probably ask for the confirmation because we have contraband. There it is. Your ship is carrying at least one item, which is contraband somewhere. It's actually contraband here. Are you sure you wish to undock? Okay. I don't check, don't ask me again, because I do like that reminder. And I like seeing it every time.
Active.
This is the one place where you can't cloak immediately. And actually what I intend to do next is update my D-scan to get customs on D-scan. Because I'd like to know what customs I'm jumping into, in addition to the rest of my D-scan.
Warp drive active.
And you ask me if this is profitable. My answer to you would be, if it wasn't profitable, would I be doing it?
Warp drive active.
And all this space I'm moving through, every single jump has to be perfect, where I cloak as soon as I jump. So basically every time I go up there and click jump, I hit the F1 key. Sometimes I hit it too fast, and the jump and the F1 come in on exactly the same tick and it won't register. The jump will register, but not the cloak command. So sometimes I have to hit it twice, and in rare instances 3 times. And then usually if I go to hit it 3 times, what happens is I cancel out the actual cloak command. So it'll cloak, and then it'll get halfway through cloaking and decloak because your next command, because you were spamming it like a madman, canceled it out. It turns it off, basically.
Warp drive
I just hit it
active.
twice there, because I got the interference message. Interference from cloaking. We're on our way to Torrier. Wait, what does it say? The writing is so little now that I've got this new monitor. I gotta like look up there, like get near it, like I stand up and I'll go up here and look at it. Yeah, Torrier. Tourier. These all kind of look French. Here we go.
Warp drive active.
Moving right along. Moving quickly too.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, we just bought homeless. Alright.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Docking request accepted. I'm sorry for being so goofy. I'm just having a good time, but I know it's annoying. Okay. I've got this other screen and it's so bright in my eyes.
Warp drive active.
I have this interesting screensaver where it shows me pictures of NASA through filters to make it look like it's the NASA's photo of the day seen through filters to make it look like old TV. And it's really cool because every time I look at my screen it's like, whoa, first images of the whatever from 1969, but it's modern stuff, you know, like the Large Hadron Collider, and it looks like old TV and film photography from the days of yore, and it's got static in it and scan lines, and it's cool. It's but it flashes in my eyes. It just flashes at me. It makes me feel insane. Because like, you know how old TVs would flicker and flash and bars would go ripping through them if you didn't have a clear signal or if your cable was fucked up. It is doing that out of the corner of my eye, and it's like, what the fuck? It makes me feel like old TV made me feel like, what? It's like just assailing you. Here we go, docking up.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Every so often, I hear what sounds like people fighting. Let's see. I just docked up, so there should be a delivery waiting for me. Yep, another 40. There we go. And this is the one part, like after undocking, it's where you don't have enough control to, we're gonna go through that billboard to cloak up. There you go. And just I know that by virtue of the fact I was able to cloak that I'm not being scanned. Because if you're being scanned, then you're not able to cloak up. So this is how I know that I'm not gonna get a ticket from customs, and nobody's gonna attempt to confiscate my slaves at the gate camp, even though that's probably customs right there floating by. That he has no idea. It's because I'm moving so quickly that I would only be on his overview for a second or less, maybe 2 seconds, and he would only actually be able to click me for one of those seconds, but I would be able to cloak before he could actually gain a lock on me. So I beat him every time. Customs are a non-issue in covert ops and blockade runners, just like the gate cams. Your best chances of survival is in a ship like this that just can't be caught. But you've got to lose a few. You got to lose some. I think this is my second one of these. I can't remember though. I might have never lost one. This is the invisible hand. I've lost a ton of, and see, it aligns very quickly. But I've got a ton of modules and rigs to make it align fast as hell. This guy's looking for 15 million in chat. Or it's a lady. Just asking for money. In the wormhole channel. You need 15 to get out of a wormhole, sweetheart. This guy's throwing his money around like a Rockefeller in here.
Warp drive active.
Throwing around 15s.
Warp drive active.
What is this? The enter bus. What is that? Factional warfare? Oh, this is from my factional warfare days, I guess. I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. They're gonna try to confiscate my slaves in a couple of jumps here once I get to Bornus. Let's take a look at the local market. Everything is clear. Everything's looking good. Here we go, moving along.
Warp drive active.
Just want to figure out what I'm looking at. Okay, they move goods between stations. So the empires own these stations, but they don't give out any information about them. And they can use them to deal with the mafia. Well, I see no problems there.
Drive active.
Interbus sounds like a nice place. I'm glad they've got a little hive of scum and villainy of their very own. And people don't want to acknowledge that there is this dark backstory to Eve's lore. It's not all, it's not just good games, good fights. There's an ugly, rotten center to this game that brings out the absolute worst in people. And the fact that it's just a simulation or a microcosm of our actual world market uh, is almost enough to justify it, like that it's actually real. Like, look how good a simulation it is. You've never seen anything like this before. This is just like the real thing, right? Like it has the same gravity, even though it's just a game supposedly. Even though it's not even a game, it's just a big sandbox. But who can control the most of that sandbox territory is what they're really. And it's kind of cool that I can operate on the fringes of that, but still be entrenched in the game's lore in this weird way. I've been asked to move large shipments of slaves into the front lines of battle because the Amar faction, they have their own doctrine fit that mandates that a slave must be on board certain vessels or all vessels. I'm not sure. I just know that they're a good customer. All my customers are really good. I haven't had any shitbags. At least not lately. Here we go. Docking at the Federation Navy Logistics Support Station. We're docking. What's in the delivery box? Another 40. We're doing all right.
Warp drive active.
We're moving right along. Making our way into the the Furia constellation. This is a constellation Stargate, so it looks a little different. This Stargate sends you between the constellations. There are regional Stargates as well. They're the size of cities. Like if New York was a sphere with, covered in the surface of New York's, that would be the Amarian regional Stargate. They're all roughly, 13 kilometers tall and wide. They're not all that much. Some of them are 30. I can't remember, but they're huge.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
That was the 3. I had to hit it 3 times. I like the nature of the ticking in EVE Online. I think the tick system is pretty cool. Wow, look at this. This place is awesome.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Let's take a look at the deliveries. 80. They saved the best for last. Okay, we picked up about 18 million. Yes, right there. Just on that short little trek across New Eden. Not across New Eden, just across maybe a region. We'll take another look at the assets and see what else is nearby. If there's no other good pickups, then I'm going to take these. I don't really know where yet. But I'm skipping 20s for now. I'll go to 20s later at some other time. But they're just all over the place. And I think this is a good way to do pickups because then I can just make my way to other places that might also have good numbers. So nothing here so far. So yeah, I think that's enough picking up for now. We'll take them someplace nice, like Dodixie. Just 6 jumps away. Here we go. Maybe we'll put them up for sale. Another text. We're ignoring texts.
Warp drive active.
Now we have our product on board. We're heading into 1.0 space, which is where they attempt to confiscate. I wish it wasn't true, but that's just the way it goes. No, actually, it's because that's where they confiscate. That's what I like. That's where the challenge is.
Warp drive active.
That's what makes this fun, and that's why these are worth a little bit more than the other trade goods, for which there are no NPC sellers. This is... I think this sounds more complicated than it is, but this is just like any other kind of business or industry where you might have some preconceived notions of what you think it's going to be a slave trader, but then when you actually get into it, you see what the real challenges are, and you have to grow a bit, and you have to, and your perspective will grow and change. And my perspective on just market economies in general has been expanded by my foray into the slave trade in EVE Online, and I've really enjoyed this learning process and engaging the market in this way. I think it's a nice way to sit around and casually expand your mind that's different from listening to a podcast or reading. I'm about to buy a new PC. It's gonna be $1,200, I think. Oh, but the rebate's right. $30, I gotta print something out and like append a stamp to it and cut my box apart and tape it all together for $30. Yeah. Dude, I'd rather not, right? I'd rather just pay the $30 and not have to even be offered a rebate. Just whatever the price is, fuck it. I'm not doing rebates. I'm just gonna get the... Why do I have such a strong opinion about rebates all of a sudden? I've never thought about this before in my life. So, enough about rebates, enough about... It's a GTX 1080. with the Ryzen 5 processor. I'm really excited about this processor because
Warp drive active.
and there's a certain frequency of RAM to buy that matches the Ryzen. It's DDR4 3000 memory. It's gonna be a good PC, and I got a nice tower that has like tempered glass side. Like I don't care to see the guts of the computer, but it's actually good quality glass, so what the fuck, why not, you know? And it's a pretty system. It's a very pretty system. And I saw a good video on keeping the cables
Warp drive active.
like pinched out of the way and pretty and behind everything, so you don't even know they're there. And it's like I didn't know the inside of a computer could even look like that, like have no cables showing at all without any extra cost.
Permission
So
requested.
I guess my whole thing was just not researching cable management, because at first it's so scary and confusing. You're just looking at it and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like all these cables are wrapped around each other now. But I did actually take this current PC apart and cleaned it and put it all back together, and now the cables, like it can actually breathe in there, and the temperatures are way lower. Here we are at Do Dixie. Let's just take another look at the market, even though we just saw it. I always go to the market. No slave buyers there. Interesting. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll take these, put them in here, stack them up. 240, not bad. Gonna sell 50 of them for, I don't know, 500,000 a piece. I don't think people are really buying them out here. But there, that's 25 million I could potentially make. That I might not have made anything before, so at least there's money, there's potential there now. And I'll just take the rest back to wherever I go next. I've got some ships here, though. And this, I was going to look at this earlier, but now we're actually at the ship. So we'll take a look at it. The Heron. It's a beautiful ship. It's an exploration ship. And Suki Vesta, which is that corporation from before, like has their own version of the ship. It's beautiful. Here we're gonna what does it have? It even has drones, right? So we don't need to undock with it. So is it dirty, or is that just, can you still clean your ship, or did they stop doing that? The grifter is cool. I have a destroyer here as well. But the Invisible Hand, my crane, is an excellent ship. I think the Rifter is probably one of my favorite frigates. It's just such a cool looking ship. Very cool attack frigate. The only problem is that there's like, I can't think of anywhere I can take it out and use it. So I just leave it parked here. I did some PvE in it once. Player versus everything. But, did I look at the assets? Yeah, there's still kind of nothing around, right? Still kind of nothing around, so that's all for that. The next thing I need to do is wait, Abenaki. I haven't been to Genesis in a while. I should go check my orders in Genesis. See, this is my list of trade hubs. I keep a list of trade hubs, and it always shows me what's nearby and like where I can go next. This is how you if you're gonna do market trading and station trading like this, where you buy stuff and move it all around, you've got to go all in, but you cannot get distracted by other items and other orders. You've got to stay focused. I forgot that Dodixie is a real trade hub, so there are people here. You got to keep a laser focus on your objective. And I think if you're going to be a trade corporation, you really need to focus on just one item or one very small set of related items. I think it's just too dangerous not to. And you're gonna fail because the market in this game is huge. So if it's the difference between you and somebody else, and they're focused on 10 different things, and you're only focused on one thing, right? Well, you might not be able to compete with anyone on 10 different things, but at least you'll be able to compete with someone on one different thing. If you're putting all your energy into it and you're really trying, you'll get that thing. You just gotta work at it, and but you really can't spread your efforts too thin, or you'll fuck up. That doesn't apply to real life, just this game, you know, because so much work goes into accomplishing any one objective in EVE Online that there's really not enough time in the day to go after too many at once in this game. You gotta kind of give yourself projects and stay true to them. I wonder if NVIDIA Shadowplay works on Linux. or if that's a Windows only thing. NVIDIA Shadow Play Linux.
Warp drive active.
It's not supported. But I think it's not out. Here we go, docking.
Warp drive active.
Where are we docking? Why can't I cloak? I'm nearby. Okay. Police drone. I was near that police drone. So there is some kind of video here on YouTube where somebody did it. Welcome to the grind, he says.
Permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Linux pimpin'. Dude, this guy is fucking nuts. Okay. Oh, but he doesn't sound nuts. He's totally chill. Like, I have 5 warrior drones in Abenaki. We'll just take them. I don't know why they're here, but we'll take them with us. We're here to look at the market. See, look here at them all. They're all out here for cheap, cheap, cheap. I've driven the prices down globally, which is why they're so cheap out here. Here we go. We're buying, buying, buying. Oops. 10 out there, whatever. And I leave all of those warning notifications on because I feel like sometimes I do need to be asked, hey, are you sure you want to do this? And so I just go with it. Now I could put some up for sale here. Oh, I don't have anything in Genesis. No orders in Genesis at all. Alright. So here we go. I'll place a buy order. Oh, that's Freedom Fighters though. Oh yeah, I do. Those are my orders. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So everything else here is good. Now I could put up another sale here. Abenaki's a pretty big trade hub, right? I could put some up for like 350. Nah, I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. I like leaving it blank in Genesis. Because nobody's buying, obviously. They're here for that cheap and nobody's buying them. We'll just keep that going. Alright, so now where can I go? Any big pickups nearby? Nope, nothing. Alright, well look, this is how we do, this is how we do it. And this is how we'll keep on doing it because it works. I'm successful. I've got a lot of money on the market. And I've got the money to cover all my buys and my sells, whatever I need. So I got, you know, everything's working in my favor here. So I'm just going to keep rolling with it, you know. In about 2.5 hours, I gotta jump back on here and use another one of those boosters that pumps my attributes up and keeps this training going fast. High speed maneuvering, I'm just gonna burn through that, I think. So yeah, that'll be cool. Cloaking, I really want to get through cloaking. That'll be the best for stealth bombing, because I do like to get out and troll a little bit. So alright, that's where we are. I guess I'll log out here. Unless there's anything more I can do. I don't really need to go anywhere else. Everything else is just kind of far away and whatever. But let me just take a look here at something else. Nasriere. You think you've seen everything this blockade runner can do? You have not seen everything it can do.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so I don't care about what this guy is talking about on YouTube anymore. Get rid of him. And, alright, so... Okay, here we go, text. Okay. Got a lot of phone texts right now. Gotta turn those phone texts off. We're ignoring the phone. It's very important to get away from the phone when you're doing something else. And
Warp drive active.
just stay focused on one thing at a time. Your life will be better for it. What I'm about to do... Anyway, just hang out and maybe we'll talk about the business a little bit more, and then we'll end the video in an unusual way.
Warp drive active.
I think what I really like about this activity is that it's yet another way of playing with this game that I really love and making it feel completely new again, because I'm doing a completely different activity. And it pays for itself. You know, I'm doing all right. But that's because I have been doing it for a while now and staying on top of it, and just I make sure that anytime I play, I have control of the situation. And then it's fun, you know, it's different. I never really thought I would want to get into trading in this game, but then the illegal aspect of slave trading is what made it appealing to me. I liked that we made drugs illegally. That was fun. So here I am. I'm staying in crime. Crime is what I enjoy about this game. I just love that you can be a criminal in this game. That it's not against the rules, and it's not a bannable offense to go on the forums and just tell everybody to go fuck themselves. That's kind of what this is all about here. And it's just a ridiculous amount of fun. I mean, it really is. See how they talk and wormhole chat to each other? Like, everybody is just trolling and chatting and hanging out and talking shit.
Warp drive
It's
activated.
so fun, man. It's sort of a lifestyle at a certain point, right? Where you gotta... Eventually you start to read the chat and enjoy the people in it. And so that's kind of where I found myself with this game, and it's a game that works for me. Even if I'm doing something despicable right now and none of my friends want to talk to me. It's not easy being a slave trader. You ask yourself, why aren't slaves a bigger item in this game? And it's because I'm not even exaggerating when I say that there's a stigma against this activity. Okay? I'm not liked by Signal Cartel, even though I love Signal Cartel. I think it's probably the best corporation in EVE Online because it's well run, it comes from a place of love and friendship, and it has strong leadership. And it has a kick-ass forum. I mean, there's so much good about Signal Cartel that if you don't like them, it's because you're like code or you're just trying to be a pain in everybody's ass, you know? You're being a 12-year-old on the internet, basically. Which is cool. There's a place for you. And a time. But it's a good corporation, right? But, like, I think they probably are afraid that I'm really actually into the hateful aspect of slavery, but I'm not. And I make it clear that hate has no place here and to keep that ignorant shit to yourself. So that's just how I do it. But a lot of people, they just don't have the time to vet every single motherfucker in existence, right? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Check it. We're gonna align to the sun. We're going to launch our sisters. Oh no, just regular core scanner probes. And we're gonna find ourselves a wormhole, baby. That's right. The blockade runner can worm its way into unknown space on a whim. Anytime it wants. And here it goes. Watch this beautiful system at work. Oh, that's a little too small of bubbles though. Call that pilot error. Oh no, it worked though. Okay. And we're only gonna go down another notch because we were lucky that worked at all. I love the new setup for scanning. For scanning down wormholes like this. Or whatever, any kind of cosmic signature. It looks really good and it works great and it lets you keep your eyes on the play area and everything else, and so that the map doesn't take the focus. You've just got this excellent, useful little map right here. And the whole interface has changed here and it's very, very good. One of the strongest changes to the game that they've made since I started playing. Cover those probes. Bookmark this wormhole. Put it in the wrong folder. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. We're gonna save it again. Into temporary. Is this personal? Yeah. Okay, there we are. Warping. We're gonna decloak. Reload those probes. In case we ever need them again, we'll have them right there. We're gonna cloak back up as we go in and land on this wormhole. Take a look at its lifespan. It's beginning to decay, so it's got a little bit of time. And here we go. Into the wormhole with Morgan Freeman. Wait, where were we? Wormhole. Alright. Going in. Going into the wormhole. Decloaking as we approach. There's another crane in space, Black Label 2. But now there's nothing around this wormhole, so we're gonna save this location. Wormhole to Nasriri. Saved. Okay. Now take a look, folks. Okay. Take a look. Because we're in Thera. A shattered wormhole system. Thera is unique.
Warp drive active.
It has a lot of signatures all the time. And Thera is a wild place where people, okay, here's the sun at Thera. Thera has a magnificent sun. Okay, but also there are shattered wormholes around Thera. I thought they were at the sun, but they're somewhere else, I guess. Where you go and it's just like all these wormholes around each other. I thought it was here in Thera. But that's quite a sun. That is quite a sun indeed. And then here we are cloaked around it. Yeah, there's some stuff here. These markers. And I think if you go to these markers, there's, you know, you run into some crap like that. Now we could maybe take this product somewhere better where it might serve a better purpose. So let's see if we can't just pop out near somewhere else that's really good. See if we can't pop out somewhere better. Let's see. Man. Well, I guess we should just fly into the sun, huh? Just call it a day and fly into the fucking sun. Alright, no, we won't do that. There's bound to be an interesting way out. Oh, we've got a market here too. Maybe this is where they're needed most. Nobody's buying elites, but people are buying the regulars. No homeless, no freedom fighters. And I think I have none aboard. Nope, okay. Nobody wants these elites at 1 million or any price for that matter. They're just not needed here. 50 is perhaps too many. But we've got the regular ones up here, and that's not a bad price considering this is such a difficult vacuum to get to. So we can pop it. What am I carrying? I'm only carrying product. Yeah, 190. That's a pretty good number. That's pretty good. Where am I taking these? Where do we really need these? In Cheetah? I don't really need them anywhere. I could just move them to another market, I suppose, and set up a market. Maybe a nullsec or something. Let's take a look at nullsec and see where are the good markers. See, industry? No. Security. Let's see, I know Fountain is really good. Catch. These are places that are, I think, NPC space. I think Fountain is where I really need to focus on because that seems to be where the activity is and the market seems important there. So it's just a name that I've heard a lot of. We'll go to the help channel. They're always really good here in the help channel. Here, we can check on marketplace websites and see what the major trade hubs are. Okay. Fountain. NPC nullsec. Okay, so VNAL and Stain, none of these places are really... Oh, okay. The Eve University nullsec campus has a headquarters. I could put elite slaves out there. Stain. These are market NPC markets in nullsec. There are huge trade hubs in nullsec, but almost all stations are owned by alliances and are restricted to members of that alliance and their allies. A notable exception have been the Scalding Have Been, which had several free ports. Everyone is allowed to dock. One of the first free ports has been operated by Phoebe Freeport Republic at Blake, but free docking endangers the sovereignty in Sov warfare. That's why it's uncommon to open a station to the public in claimable nullsec. Let's take a look at that station that they're talking about. What is it called again? The Phoebe Freeport Republic? It's an alliance. didn't read their responses in help. Yeah, nobody. Okay. What is it called? PFR. I'll just look up the name of the star system. At 4-CM8. There it is. Okay, stations. Andromeda, here we come. Yeah, this is 6. What kind of a station is this? Mimitar. How close can I get to that? Let's see. I can get pretty close to that. The Great Wildlands. Now that's 17 jumps. That's not that close. I'll save this location for later. In the trade hubs. Andromeda, here we come. And I'll return to that later. And also, the headquarters of the Nullsec campus. I should probably go there. It's a trading post. The Antaki Commerce Trading Post. PC9. PC9. Antaki. It's not called that anymore. It's on the 3rd. Oh, stations. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see. PC9. This is the boring part where I have to look stuff up. I use these other tools to find my way around. Oh, that's the place where I just came from, so I would have to jump through a gate camp from high sec into null sec. I don't think I'm going to go there yet either. I'll just save the location in trade hubs. These are my next null sec endeavors. That's where I'll be headed. So, next time on me looking up crap on the internet in space. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Warp drive
And
active.
I will I'll just have to get back to you when I get back to you. It'll be real soon. This is nice. And we'll see where we go next. Until I'm invulnerable. Alright. Until next time, peace out.